Happy new month. Happy Women's Month. Ladies, my queen, my moms. I am Bricia Mayombo, your healing and transformation coach, on a mission to help, my women, especially my moms, in the process of healing and restoration. I'm here to empower women who's been sexually, emotionally, or physically abused in the process of healing. And us today is also Transformation Tuesday. And I hope, also as a transformation coach, that you take this message not lightly, that you really stop and acknowledge what I have to tell you today. Woman, take your crown back. I want to tell you something. March is a very special month. I know the world only celebrated, but I know the world only celebrating March the 8th, but I want to tell you, March the 8th is not only March the 8th, is not Women International Day. Actually, the whole month it is Women National. It's not National Women's Month. I want to tell you, women, take your crown back. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can take your crown back. Number one, I want you to write down whether you're watching me live or via replay. If you're watching live, say watch hashtag live. If you're coming back via the replay, I want to acknowledge you also. Just say hashtag replay. Number one way that you can take your crown back is to know that your story is not the destination. It's not the final say. No matter what you've been through, mine, I'm going to share that if you never heard my story before, I was sexually abused at the late age of 11 and, become pregnant before marriage. I know, as an African woman, a black woman, I've suffered rejection, okay? All the name that you want. Born, raised with a mom, was raising us by herself. It was painful. It was just amazingly difficult. I'd like to say that amazingly difficult because, again, my parents divorced when I was just 3 years old. So I've really been most of my life living in an insecurity environment. But thank God that I had a strong woman. I had a woman who almost forget about herself to really put us first. I had a mom who loved us so much that she forgot about her own pain so that she can raise us in love. So no matter what I've gone through, I always share everything that I do that with love because I know what the power of love has done to me. If it wasn't for the love of my mom and the love of God today, I wouldn't be that one here. So no matter where you're coming from, number one, you take your power back by knowing that you own your future. No one owns it. Your past doesn't define your future. Whatever you've been through, divorce, you've been sexually abused, you've been molested, anything that you've been through, that doesn't define you. So I want you to know, number one, that you have the power to change your story. How? First of all, by selecting the words that are coming out of your mouth. I'm going to say that slowly. That's how you take it back. As an abuse, as a divorce, all the past thing that happened to you is called trauma. Giving birth is trauma. If you're a woman, if you tell me that I never had been to trauma, if you're giving birth, that is trauma. If you grew up in an unbalanced house, that means that your parents were divorced, you were traumatized child. If you've been sexually abused, you were traumatized, even if no one ever talk about it, because no one ever talk about it. Most of the cases that I have, the client that I have, the people that I talk to, women, they never told the story to anyone. Most of them until we had that coaching session. Your story doesn't define you. You have to make decision right now in 2022 to take that crown back. How? Number one, by changing the narrative they give to your story. Some of you guys listen to me most of the time or every other day. I go on Instagram and I share that on my reels here. I always start my day with positive declaration. I am beautiful. I am successful. I am the hair and not the tear. I am always at the right place at the right moment with the right people. The favor of God surrounds me like a shield because I believe it. God said that the words will create the words. So your words will create your reality. It doesn't matter where you happen from. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you've been through. When I started changing my words, a lot of things I started changing inside of me first, starting because transformation starts from inside out. So you take your power, but you change your story by changing the narrative to your story, by changing the words. Because if you've been through abused, if you've been molested, if you've been divorced, your language changes. Your language is really bitter, it's really negative because your inside is bitter. As a Christian, we are taught that from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. So many women have a negative language, a low self-esteem. Are suffer, I mean, have so much dirty language. They speak so low about themselves. They have low self-esteem just because of the words that come in our mouth. And the result is what? Because the reason is they are being bitter, they've been molested, they've been wounded. And I always say that if you are wounded, if your heart is not at peace, there is no way that whatever is coming out of your mouth is going to be just a reflection of your inside. That means your attitude, your words, the way you're treating other women. If you admiring, are you the one? First of all, you're gonna ask me, Coach, how do I check it? Check yourself, check your energy. Are you jealous of other women's success, for example? Are you always criticizing another woman, going higher than you? Are you always comparing yourself to another woman? You want to have what she has, a husband, a house, and everything. You wish you had a body. There's some wounds that needs to be here. Are you always now you've been married, you're always jealous about your husband, you don't trust your husband? That means that you've been hurt before. You probably been in a trusting relationship. You probably been cheating on before. You probably been abused before, and you haven't healed from that one. So what you doing unconsciously, you just transferring that trauma, you just transferring that old season into the new season without you knowing. That's why you're jealous. That's why you always like want to watch his phone, look at his phone, and everything because you have not trust, cannot trust another man. That is what I call that you need to take time to hear. Number two, you have to know that you cannot go by yourself. That's why you need a coach like me. You need a someone, you need a mentor who can help you, someone who has been through what you've been through. Someone, the only reason, one of the highest reason, the most important reason why I'm qualified to do what I'm doing because I've been through thick and thin. Because I can destroy trauma from all the sense. I've lost a child. I've lost my virginity to try and to trauma, to rape. I've had to so many. I talk about like when I talk about mom who has been to C-section, I know the pain of C-section. So I've had different kind of pain, physically, emotionally, verbally. I've been I've been abused. I've been cheating on. I've been just like verbally abused. I mean that the person who was speaking to me, I've had been in a relationship that I wasn't valued, that I was just spoken like no less than a woman. So when I ask him to take your power back, because I know. And when you've been just put on negativity and everything on you, what you're doing, you just nourishing on that, your inside becomes so bitter, your inside becomes so cluttered, and that is the only reality that you have. So when you go, the second step on taking your crown back is to make sure that you cannot go that because healing is a journey. You cannot undergo this journey by yourself. That's why you need a coach. That's why you need a mentor. You need someone who can guide you toward that process because it is a process, it is a journey. You cannot heal by yourself. Healing is a process, and it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in one session. It is a whole process. Matter of fact, as we're talking, I just started a program called Healing the Soul of a Woman, a Soul of a Mom. That is 13 weeks program, guys. That is one way of also that you can, if you want to say, oh, coach, do you have anything that else that we can work with? That is another thing. It is just amazing, an amazing program where I take you for 13 weeks into the healing and transformation that you need, until the soul tie that you need to break, until the emotional healing that you need. All of that is so important so you can become whole again. Because the reason why you are wounded, the reason why you still bitter, the reason why you dealing to what you're dealing, you acting and speaking the way you're speaking is because you are still unwounded. Until you have here, until you have recovered yourself, until you have transformed and you have renewed your reality, you cannot become that one you're supposed to be. All right. Number three and the last one, how to take your power back, is to know that you are in power. The world hasn't started until the woman was born. You are born. You were wanted. You were not only wanted, but you were needed. So I know that the society, especially the society that we grew up with, that I grew up with, anything that happened wrong in the world is always a woman. If a woman has been divorced, the reason why her marriage or relationship, what, was always a fault. Just go back from the beginning. Since Adam and Eve are always been accused of the reason why, the reason why humanity has failed or becoming sinful was because of Eve. So many misunderstanding that since the beginning you've been wrong, you've been pointed out, you've been always called the one to blame to. So anytime kids are not behaving at home, it's the women, especially the culture that I grew up with. And today I had a conversation with one of my colleagues that I admire so nicely, an amazing woman, amazing wife, just like so woman. And she was talking about, we always have, because as women of faith, we always have amazing conversation where we share our story, where we share things. And she told me something about me that I didn't even know, that I did not realize. First of all, she always like acknowledge, my wisdom, because we always share some wisdom key. Whatever I can be at Walmart, I can be at the store, wherever I am, guys, because I on a mission. And you have to know that you are a woman on a mission. So right now, maybe in the season that you are in, you probably are home or just a stay home mom. It's not just you are a ministry. Your ministry is your house right now. My ministry is healing. That's what I do, healing, helping women here from past trauma. So you have to know that you are empowered here that you are now. You have to understand that your story is empowered. Use your story as a stepping stone to empower other women. Use your story to bless other women. So I was telling her how strong she was. I was telling her that, stop belittling yourself. Stop always saying that, oh, I'm just a woman. I'm just a mom. Oh, I just did it, did and that. And I know. I'm not saying that you should not give credit to your husband and stuff. But I want women to acknowledge themselves. I want women to take that crown back. The third and most powerful way that you can take your crown back is to know that you have the power. There is a position and a place and a mission for every woman on this earth, apart from having babies. Apart from having babies, I want every woman on earth, if you never understand, listen to my message, to know that there is a reason and a purpose why you're here as a woman, beside having just children, beside just being someone's spouse, beside just, all of that, the civil war. I want you to know and understand that and believe that you are a woman in power. I want you to know, hi bro, how are you? I want you to know that don't stop believing yourself. We are celebrating Women Month. We are celebrating Women Month because it's not like just international is the March the 8th. But I want you to know for those next 30 days, you are in power and you are always being in power. And I want you to take your crown back. I want you to take your power back. I want you to understand that you are here on a purpose. So the third way you're going to take your crown back is to know that your story matters. To know that not be ashamed, don't belittle the little things that you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If at this season, because everything is season, right now we literally transition to a new season. If you're in America and Europe, we're just literally leaving a winter to go to spring. So it's just a season. Right now, you might be a single mom. Know that you are empowered in God, and I decree and declare that God will give you the power, the strength, and the wisdom and the patience to endure that season. It's not a season, it's not an easy season, and I will never wish for any woman to be raising children by herself. I know what it is. But just put in your head that it is just a season. Right now, you may have just decided, okay, to just become a mom and be a house. Don't just say, oh, I'm just a housewife. No, you're not just a housewife. You are doing most of the work, because without you staying at home, these kids will not have the balance. Without you staying at home, this home will not be a home. It will just be a house, because it takes a woman. It takes a wise woman to build a house. It takes patience. It takes your love. It takes your heart. That's what you need to hear. Because until you have here, that house cannot become a home, because you are the center of the home. So I was telling my colleague, I was telling her that stop believing in yourself. You're not just a woman. You're not just a mom. Look at what you're doing. You've been pregnant for 9 months. You're carrying those kids for 9 months. Number two, I was just telling her simply with love. You've been through C-section. The last one that you have was C-section. A lot of women have all the pregnancy through C-sections. Can you imagine that? I don't know if you ever have a wife. If you're a man and you listen to me, have you had a wife going through labor? Have you ever watched labor? Come on, man. Have you ever seen what the woman has to go through to deliver after being pregnant for 9 months? After suffering the emotional or physically transformation, after being controlled by another, I would say little, man or little woman or little missy inside of her that she doesn't even have power. How our mood changes, how our body changes, how our energy changes, how I mean everything that she's doing, her attitude during those 9 months. And you go to that delivery room and you watch her going through that labor. It's called labor for a reason. In Latin, we say laborare, which means to work. It is really a work, and some women goes to literally 8 to 12 months hours in labor, which is a whole shift for people working. So it's the reason why it's called laborare, because it's some work that has to be done physically, mentally, emotionally. It is just amazing what a woman has to do, and the expansion that has to be done in her body. Some men fainted in the labor room. If I'm lying, come and justify. Some men cannot watch this woman going giving birth to the child. They faint because they see the blood. They see when the contractions are going. They see whatever is going through right now in front of them. It's just like they're living a movie. Some men say, no, I cannot do that. I cannot watch that because it's too strong. So you cannot just tell yourself that I'm just a woman. Some of you women have endured C-section. I have endured C-section. I have endured C-section. So that means they cut you. They open your stomach. They have to, and they have to deliver your baby. And then through that, you choose to nurse because on the top of that, I chose to nurse. You choose to nurse despite of the pain. So you cannot just tell yourself, believe yourself that I'm just a woman. Some of you guys chose to be just for a season under the mission of your husband. If you're military wife, you know what I'm talking about. If you've been to that life, you know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys have to leave the career just to be under your husband's career so that at least the family can be united. Some of you guys had to stay in the, so many sacrifices that you make as a woman. So just don't say just I'm a woman. Sometimes when the finances are lower, you are just reduced to make soup with just like two fishes, whatever that you have the condition that they bring into the table, because that's just a season also. But nevertheless, you make happen. You put the meal on the table, regardless the ingredient that's been put, regardless the whatever cooking from $12 or $20 or $5 or $100. Come on, somebody. So I want you to know that you have the power. You are not just a woman. Because of you, there's family. Because of you, there are beautiful baby bouncing out there. And I know that all you have to go through from 9 months to whatever from childbearing, from breastfeeding to the consequences of that, like stretch marks and that. And I want to tell you, as you're looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing those stretch marks, I don't want you to see the stretch mark. I don't want to look at the mark from the C-section. I want you to know that that is a mark of your power. That is you right there. When you look at the tiger, when you look at all this, you have to say that you are in power. That has to remind you that you are a strong woman, no matter what you're going through. Some women have given their life, giving birth. So you cannot tell that you're just a woman. I want you to celebrate yourself. I want you to be proud of yourself. I want you to take care of yourself. Why? Because no one else will do it. No one else will make priority of yourself. I want you to know that you still have time to become that which you were called to become. No matter what you've been through. No matter what you've been through. So stop believing yourself. Stop letting your past control your present or your future, because everything is in your hands. This is a new season that God is giving you. This is a your new year. This is a new opportunity. This is a new season. It's a new month to start all over again. Women, that is why I'm here to hold your hand. That's why I'm here to tell you that no matter what you're going through, I share my trauma, being raped at the age of 11, being pregnant without getting married, losing a child, all the things that I've been through. But I stand strong to tell you, you can take your crown back and take it. Only you can hold it. No one can do that for you. So I show you three ways that you can take your crown back. Number one was to know that your story, your past doesn't define your future. You define your future by every decision that you're making starting from now. Number two, you need someone to hold your hand in that journey because healing is a journey. I don't do microwave solution. I don't do that. I'm a transformation and healing coach. And healing starts from inside. Sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes years. But you, only you, can make that decision. So you need to invest in yourself. Number three, you need to stop believing yourself. Take that crown back and knowing that you are not just a woman. You've been through so many, to so many. Don't you think that most young ladies nowadays have to be trained how to be good mothers? Oh yeah, definitely, definitely, bro, definitely. I agree, definitely. They have to train how to be a mom. They have to be trained how to be, yeah, definitely, definitely. Come on, bro. They definitely have to, thank you for watching. Yeah, sharing, happy Women's Month. I'm sharing on back. So, if you think that you want to ask a question or you want to be added to the live, it's open. I'm really honored to be here and sharing that with you. And again, I don't owe all the truth. I just want to, I just wanted to share from the bottom of my heart, what I think. So if you have any questions, I do believe that, that's why I do the coaching that I do. That's why I have a university which is called Eve Academy, where I really train moms, where I really train women's, not only to become mom, but also to live through the motherhood journey, because it is a journey. It's not the best, the easy journey, but it's the best journey. But yes, I do believe that you need to be trained. That's why I have my coaching session. That's why I have the whole 13 new program that I'm starting now, which is healing the soul of a mom. Because a lot of women, if you've been to pregnancy, you've been to trauma. If you know that you grew up in a household where you were not balanced, that means that you were raised by a single mom or a single dad, you've been through trauma. If you know that you've been sexually or verbally or emotionally abused, you've been through trauma, you need to hear. And there's so many things, so many ways that we don't acknowledge. But I know that in order for your house to be balanced, in order for that meal to be cooked, in order for the system to be established, you as a center of the house, you need to be not only here, but you need to be whole. You need to be whole. And that's what I do. That's my mission. If you want to send me a message and stuff, you want to work with us, don't let us. My page is Bricia Mayombo, Healing and Transformation Coaching. As well, also I'm on social media. I'm on YouTube also. I'm also on Instagram. But lately, guys, you can join me. You can work with us. I will send all the information about the new course that is starting soon. It's going to be 13 weeks, healing the soul of the mom. And I really do believe that most of the women needs that. If you're a mom also, you need that. There's also the membership program, Eve Academy, the English. I have the French Academy, but also the English one that I'm starting right now. And if you want to be part of it, you think that you really need some wisdom, you really need some, you need somebody to hold your hands into that healing transformation and journey. The best decision you can make is really to hear as a mom and as a woman. Why? Because the world needs that here women. I don't know if you have any more other question, bro. What are priorities in gratification? Priority for me is depend of where you're coming from. It depends of your story. It depends of the season in your life and your age. For example, when I was 20 years ago, 20 years old, my priority were different than right now. I'm past the 30s, okay? And so it's really where you are in life, what you have in your mind, okay, and knowing that the vision that you have. I do believe that any woman is here on a mission. It's not only men that has a mission. It's, as a woman also, you have a mission. There's no odds, or it's not like just fortunately that God allow us to be the one bringing birth, giving birth, because you have to give birth. But I always believe that you are not here only to give physically birth to babies. That means that if you were to leave this world, that you should not be remembered as mom or as a wife. You need to have fingerprints. You need to have your work. There's books inside of you. There are courses inside of you. There are seminars inside of you. There are projects inside of you. So many things that you need. So your priority needs to be unaligned. But for me, For me, now that this season in my life, a woman is to know, right? You have to know your mission, okay? You have to have a vision for your life, for your future. You also have to have know the reason why you're here, because the reason, once you know and discover the reason why you're here, first of all, the way you think about your life is going to change. The people that you associate yourself with are going to change. The thing that you read are going to change. Like 20 years ago, what I was reading is different, totally different from what I'm reading right now. The time that you're spending, okay, where you spend your time or how you spend your time is going to be totally different, because your mission dictates your habits. The mission dictates your focus. The mission even dictates how you're spending your money or where you're spending your money. So your priority totally change. And usually, like it's always, I would say God, family, okay, God, family, and everything else after. So that, for me, that is the correct one. So you have to be a woman of faith. You have to believe in family, because I do believe in family. And you have to, you have to have a vision. That means that your only mission should not just be getting married to somebody or having kids. You have to have your own mission. You have to have your own vision. Who do you want to become as a woman? What do you want? What are your dreams? You need to have dreams. You need to have a vision. You need to have things that you want to do. You have to have pressure when you wake up in the morning. In the morning, you have to be excited about yourself. Not only changing diapers of your baby or taking care of your husband, which is good, because your number one ministry as a woman, it is your house, and I respect and I honor that. But beside that, because kids are gonna grow and seasons are gonna change. Once everything is up, what are you up to? Who are you? So it's not about being. You have to understand that you are becoming. As I was saying, when I was 20, my vision was different than now. That my priorities were different than now. So at each season of your life, you have to understand that you are, as a woman, that your priority needs sometimes to shift, but also a most important secret as a woman of a vision, in a vision and a mission, you have to be adaptable. That means you have to adapt to each season of your life. The same when you're adapting when you're pregnant, you have to, you have to adapt new clothes, okay, new behavior sometimes, new way of eating, okay, and so many things that you have to do different, because you are in a certain season of your life. So according to the season that you are in life, according to the vision that you have, according to your mission on this earth, your priorities are going to be different. Okay, so that's my input on that. And of course, it doesn't happen overnight. Of course, it's all about that, and your focus and everything else is going to be directly, related to your priority and also your vision and your mission. Okay. Should you have any more question, any more comment down below? Again, I'm going to put the link to the 13 weeks healing the soul of a mom. I believe to be an empowering. I believe we're going to share amazing things together. We're going to talk about self-love, self-care. I'm an ambassador of self-care. I've been talking about self-care way before everything else is going right now, guys. And you know that I believe that healing is just what the world needs, because that was the number one motto that I received from the Lord deep inside of me when the pandemic started. The world needs healing. And no, the world is suffering right now because so many women are wounded. And I'm telling you, even though your husband loves you, he adores you, he honors you and everything, I want you to know that no one can make that decision for yourself. I have a course for young men in French right now. I'm going to be studying more the in English, but there is a course for French men, and also for family. There are courses already available for French men, and I think it's already there. So if you're available, if you're ready to receive that, I can send you the link, and I'll put my link down below. So there's already there, and I'm working toward creating more courses in English. Okay. Pray for me, and share this video, tag a woman who needs to, tag also a man who needs to listen to this message, because again, one way that you can support your woman on that healing process is by just being there with her, support her, help her, encourage her to come and sign up for courses, take coaches, and also for men. Also, you can also take coaching, because I do believe that men also are wounded. Men also need healing. So if you need any coaching as a couple and everything, then you do need to contact me. No problem. Set up an appointment. We can discuss. We can have therapy, because again, that's what I do. I love when people are in love and harmony and peace. And so many divorces, so many people that don't even want to love no more, because they are so wounded. Their son wounded. And it doesn't happen for you, even for you, to start a new relationship, to be whole, to be that father as a man. You need to hear. If you live as a man and you never had a father, for example, a father figure, you need to hear. If you know, if you've been abused, for example, as a child, also you need to heal as a man. Why? Because the child, I do believe in balance. The child needs the father, the energy of the father, and the energy of the woman for him to grow up in balance and harmony. Not only mentally, physically, and psychologically. It's really, really important for the growth of for children. So both parents, male and female, women and men, needs both to be here. Okay. And a happy transformation day. Happy Women Day. I love you guys. I don't take you guys for granted. Thank you so much, bro, for your question. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. Those who are gonna come on the replay, I acknowledge you. I value it. I'll take you for granted. Please do take time to go on my YouTube channel, Bricia Mayombo Born for Purpose TV. Go sign up because I have some bomb that I'm gonna share, and I still have a lot of things over there, more than probably like 300 videos that I've already shared. Also follow me on my different pages. My normal page, and share and buy the product, guys. Sometimes we think that we don't need that, but sometimes we need the courses, we need the coaching in the least time that we need it. Sometimes you think that maybe you are in that season that you're comfortable, and maybe one day you're gonna meet a girlfriend or wife, a future wife, that needs you to be whole, or you're gonna have your child who's gonna be facing trauma, that you're gonna need those courses. So by investing in you right now, it's not only for you. You're investing for your destiny. You're investing also for your family. You're building legacy. So the books that you're taking, your courses that you're buying, everything that you're doing, by making the decision to hear, you're also helping another family, and you're also being prepared to be that husband. Hi, beautiful. How are you? So we were talking about ways that a woman can take a crown back. So you can watch the video live back unless you have a question. I hope you're doing great. I'm so happy to see you. Gros bisous. That's my dear queen right there. And I'll see you on my last pop-up. I wanted to sit down in my crown and and share with you. Also, by the way, I'm here, we're talking about women and stuff. If you have this thing, I have those for real, all sets that I have, amazing for sale also. And I know some women always show me with some nice outfit that I have also. If you need some of them, I'll be happy to share that with you, women, because again, you have to get that crown, and that crown starts from inside out. It's all about empowering you and everything that's gonna help you become that best self. Women, mom, queen, I am in it for that, because again, we are here together. And I do believe that the world needs that healed woman that you are. So never ever compare your life, your story with someone else. I want you to embrace your unicity. I want you to tell me that I'm unique. I want you to know that your story is unique. I want you to know that you are amazing. I want you to know that you are the head and not the tail. I want you to know that you are whole. I want you to know that God just created and made you perfect, because you were created at His own image. So there's no imperfection in you. No matter what past that you've been through, no matter the trauma that you've been through, nothing is missing, nothing is broken. You are just whole and just perfect. Okay? I love you guys, and a happy women a month. Okay? And I'm gonna see you guys again. Don't forget, I'm gonna post the schedule and the program for the link for the 13 weeks. Healing the soul of a mom. It's just gonna be amazing. It's a new season full of blessing that we're entering right now, and I want you to join me in this healing transformation. Okay? I love you guys, and I see you in my next purpose. Love you. Thank you for watching. If you watch live, please do say #live. If you came back via the replay, and also say #replay, and let us know where you are tuning from. Okay? And don't forget to tag a mom. Don't forget to share that, and don't forget to bless another one, because again, sharing is caring. Okay? Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Be blessed.